What's up, y'all? So I know I got this hat on. I know y'all like, why I got this hat on like this? Like, man, my hair. I gotta get a retwist. My hair looking a mess. So let me try to find something to put on my head. Look, got a tag on and everything. But I was just talking to myself earlier, and I was talking about my grandma, how my great grandma passed and things like that. And I was just talking about myself and talking about it, and I'm like, um, I know, I know, like, so y'all know how when one of your family members died or whoever passed away, they soul that, how can I put this? They pass away, but some people, I feel like sometimes we grow up believing like, when our family member passed away or whoever passed away, um, they looking down, they looking down on us in heaven or whatever. Whatever people believe, they look down on us in heaven, and they can hear us when we talk about them, and that they get happy and things like that when we talk about them. But in reality, and for real, when we pass away, I heard or I believe that we no longer know who our used to be family members or children or grandmothers. We no longer know who they are because we are gone. Our soul is gone. We are at peace. We are um we no longer feel the pain we went through in this world, this matrix. Where we at, we no longer feel that pain. So it's like we no longer even know who our used to be family was, down here in this earth, this matrix, whatever. So I was just telling myself, even though my grandmother is gone, um, I know she just get tired of me talking about her down here in this realm because, probably I don't know. I hope she in a good place, like where her soul is calm, she's at peace, she's no longer suffering with the pain she went through down here, the thoughts, all types of things like that. So I'm like, wherever her soul is at, or if she could feel it, not saying she's like, not saying she's Roman, but like her spirit or her soul, whatever, I told myself, I know she get tired or her soul get tired of me, bringing her up down here. But yeah, I was saying I know her soul get tired of me bringing her up because, in order, I heard in order for us to like actually be at peace when we pass away, every time our family members or whoever our used to be family was down here before we passed away, we no longer know them. So every time they bring us up or they mourn over us or just get sad over us, when we pass away, our soul, it hurts our soul because like we down here in this low vibrational matrix, where we gotta, we down here in this different realm, and they're somewhere at peace, finally away from all the hurt, the pain. But down here in this matrix, we 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 got all types of emotions, feelings, and all types of spiritual things going, going down here or wherever we at. Up here, down here, you got all that going on. But when you pass away, that's when your soul is finally at peace. You no longer feel the hurt, the pain, whatever you've been through. But it's like whenever that person passes away, and we keep bringing them up, it's like we kind of bring them back, you know. So yeah, we kind of bring them back to this realm, this matrix. So it's like they can no longer really actually be at peace, and But yeah, I was like, I know her soul gets tired of me doing that. It's like I know she'd be like, dang, I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to be at not heal, but I'm trying to be at peace. I'm finally at peace. I'm no longer in that matrix or whatever. And it's like, because like I said, when they pass away, they no longer even know that they had family. You know what I'm saying? Cause they like that's gone. Like that version of them being here in this world, they don't know they no longer even know like they had family because they gone. You know, they in a different realm, whatever. So yeah, I was like, I know she just be like, I don't know what spirit is talking about me or uh bringing me up, but I'll be like, I know she could feel my soul and my spirit or whatever's, whoever be talking about her. I know she could feel that. And it's like, dang, it's like we bringing her back to the world, to the matrix. We keep pulling her, and she trying to, be at peace where she at, her soul. Cause like I said, y'all know like the flesh, the skin suit, this this human body, it dies. But yeah, it dies. It rots, all that. This is skin suit, but our soul, if I hope I'm saying this right, is immortal. Ain't immortal. Don't immortal mean like can't die, something like that. But our spirit, our soul, it keeps going. It's like we kind of when I look at our souls and us as people down here in this world, this matrix, where we at, I look at it as like we are a bunch of souls just floating. No, because all together we are whole. It don't matter. We all together, us humans, animals, all of that. It's like we are whole. So I just look at that as a bunch of all of our spirits in the spiritual just floating. And then it's like but our human bodies are in a little globe, and it got this light over it. But up there in the spirituals, like our lost souls is just floating. I don't know. It's just in my mindset. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but yeah, we don't our physical dies, but our soul don't. So yeah, I just want to share that. I was like, dang, I know my grandma. I miss her. You know, I miss that. I miss having that part of her. Down here. It was nice experiencing. Her. It was nice experiencing her um soul and who she was as a person. But now she's just a spirit probably, or you know at peace. But I know she get tired of me bringing her up, because every time I bring her up, it's like, dang, you bring me back to the matrix. You bring me back to this physical realm, and I'm trying to be at peace. Well, I'm at. I don't, what I'm saying? I know she be like, I don't know who this is talking about me, or who, they messing my energy up. You feel me? They reckon. You feel me? So I was just like, dang. I'm sorry. I gotta stop speaking up on her like that. I gotta stop talking about her like that, because every time you do that, um they can't be at peace. They souls, like, you hurting their soul because you keep bringing them down here back to this low vibrational matrix. So yeah. I just want to add a couple more. I want to say a couple more things, but even like it's kind of the same thing with funerals. Like, the truth about funerals. Everything got a twist to it in this matrix, in this world. Everything was tampered with and made. So like even with funerals, like when we bury our loved ones, we really trapping their soul, because you know what I'm saying. Like when you get buried in dirt, you trapping your soul. That's why I feel like some people get cremated, because they say when you get cremated, you really you getting burnt in fire. But instead of getting burnt in fire and thinking of like, oh, it's hurting the soul and stuff like that, it's really when when you're getting burnt, when your body is getting cremated, and that fire is really um it's really freeing your soul, because all that pain and all that hurt is getting burnt away. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but like if you can understand what I'm saying, then good for you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for understanding me. But yeah, but when you're burying your body in that dirt, you trapping your soul because it's just buried under all that soil and all that dirt, and it's buried in this you know what I'm saying? It's buried in this world and stuff like that. But yeah, but when you actually let it on fire, it's burning away all that bad, you know. Yeah, it's kind of like, now got me thinking more. Cause y'all know how like when you say you burn trash, the trash is gone. But if you bury the trash will never. I don't know. I gotta dive. I gotta dive more deep into that so I can explain it better. But yeah, that's all I really want to say for real. I know my grandma be getting tired. Or my grandma, she not even my grandma for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she gone. She was when she was on this earth. You know what I'm saying? When she was on this in this matrix, she was my grandma. But now she not nothing. She just a soul, a spirit. She probably gonna come back. I don't know. I don't know. She probably gonna come back. But yeah, I was like, I know she get tired of me just bringing her up. Every time I bring up, I'm just taking it back to the matrix. You feel me? Trying to bring her back. Dang, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, so basically when you keep talking about them, you bring them back into this matrix. That's y'all. I already know this, but I just refresh my mind. And y'all, but that's probably why we come back too. It's other reasons why we could come back to this matrix. You know what I'm saying? But we probably come back because our family members, they don't be letting our soul rest or like letting us actually be free because we keep on bringing them up. We mourn, we cry about them. We speak them up. You know, every now and then we speak them up, and every time we speak them up, we take them back to the matrix. We keep on, you know what I'm saying? It's like eventually, it's like, dang, like we're not letting their soul flow to a different realm and actually be at peace because we keep talking about them, speaking about them, and bringing them back to this matrix to eventually will they reincarnate or something. I don't know. That's just thought in my head. And then it's like with the burial thing, we trapping their soul in the dirt. You know, we trapping it in this matrix, so it's like their soul can't you know, it can't go, it can't be at peace. I'm trying to say something else, but you know, it can't free itself because it's trapped. But like I said, when you burn, when you cremate, they soul can be, you know, can be free. I don't know though, but I don't know. I gotta look into that though. But at the same time, I don't want to be. I don't know. I don't think about what I want, you know, when I pass away, cause I don't want neither for real. I don't want to be burned, and I don't want to be cremated, you know, or I don't want to be buried. But yeah, that's all I want to say. I ain't talked about, you know, something serious on here in a minute. I ain't posted nothing in a while, but yeah, I was just thinking. I always think that. I be like, I gotta stop bringing my grandma up, cause I know she be trying to be at peace, uh, actually free herself from the hurt, the pain. She don't feel nothing no more. But every time I bring her up, it's like she get memories of her past life, of her being in the matrix. Dang. Dang, that just brought me to my neck. Y'all know how we get deja vu? What if when the soul passes away, they get the same thing, but they just in a different. Oh, y'all, I'm getting downloads. I'm remembering. I'm telling. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just tripping. I'm just bringing up more conclusions in my head, or I don't know. So hold on. Let me pause this real quick for it go away. This memory, this download. So look, y'all know how we be having deja vu? What if that's because when we passed away in our previous life, I feel like somebody done already said this. I just forgot it or I remembered it. But look, basically, when we passed away in our previous life, see, I'm starting to forget these entities, spirits. They don't want me to get this out. But look, when we passed away in our previous life, basically, every time, when we passed away in our previous life, we had a life, right? We had memories, feelings, friends, family, all of that. But then how when we pass away, our family members, they're sad, right? They cry about us, every now and then we bring them up. We do all of that. And it's like every time we bring them up, we trigger them back into the matrix. We trigger a memory. They can be in a different realm. Their soul could be at peace. They don't know us. When they was in the physical realm, when they was in this matrix, we was their family, we was their granddaughters, all of that. But when they passed away, now they in a different realm. So they don't know who we are. They just spirits, and they just at peace. But every time we bring them up, we trigger them back into the matrix. We trap them back into the matrix. We pull them back. And that's where deja vu come from, because what if they are in a different timeline than we are? Okay, let me get back on track. What if when we pass away, we just travel to a different timeline? What if when we pass away, we travel into a different timeline and we become a different person or whatever? I don't know. Just say we travel to a different timeline and we have a different life or whatever. Or we at peace, or we a spirit. We probably might not even be a person in this, right now, but our spirit is free. But every time a family member or whatever bring us up, or cry about us or mourn about us, we have deja vu. We have deja vu, or and we think about the memories. We be like, dang, this feel like it don't already happen, or why am I getting this deja vu? It's probably because when we passed away, our family members be sad and stuff like that, but every time they bring us up, we get a memory. But we are already in a different timeline. We already got a new body, or we're just probably a free spirit. You know what I'm saying? But when they bring us up, they bring us back to the matrix. Or they bring us up so much, you know what I'm saying, they don't let our soul rest so much, they trigger us back, you know what I'm saying, they trigger us back to the matrix where basically, like, how a baby is born, we come back as a new person. Is y'all understanding what I'm saying? That's why I gotta start writing stuff down, actually practice what I'm trying to say so I could get it out. But yeah. Let me try to explain it one more time. So basically, when we pass away, we get buried or cremated, whatever like that, and then our family members are sad, whatnot, but our spirit is gone. Our spirit is in a different realm. We at peace, but every time they bring us up, or cry about us, or mourn about us, they trigger us back into the matrix, or they make it where we have deja vu or something like that. And that's probably why, you know what I'm saying, like every time we bring up our deceased people, we probably trigger a memory, and that's why they soul ain't at peace. They can feel that hurt, that pain. Yeah, they feel our pain. That's why, I don't know, y'all. I'm off track. I be going everywhere, but yeah, y'all. That's why I was like, I gotta stop bringing my grandma up, because every time I bring her up, she could feel my pain, or she could feel them emotions I'm feeling, and it's like, I bet she be like, dang, what's it like? what's this entity? What's this person? Not entity. I'm calling myself entity. But what's this spirit keep bringing me up? I'm trying to be at peace, and she triggering these emotions and stuff like that. It be me though. But y'all, I was thinking that too though. So I don't know. Hey, that's probably why I be having deja vu or be feeling different emotions, because I probably, like I said, we are ancient beings. You feel me? So my past family or whatever, they be breaking me up, or thinking about me. Then it's like I start feeling these. I be connecting with them or something like that, cause they bring me up. That's why we probably be getting stuck in the matrix, or just things like that. It's deep, y'all. But yeah, I gotta dig deep into it. I gotta really write my thoughts down. But yeah, y'all, stay high divine beings with high divine frequencies, and make sure to protect your energy and be true to you. Stay true to you. Keep your, don't keep your boundaries up. Yeah, keep your boundaries up. Keep your morals. Keep respect for yourself. All of that. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else gonna love you. All you gotta do, people may try to tell you, no, we got family. All you gotta do, mentally, all you gotta do. Can't nobody change your mindset. Can't nobody love you the way you love you. Can't nobody give you confidence. Can't nobody do nothing the way you do you. So, in the end, all you gotta do. In the end, who you gonna try to save? You. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be selfish. Being selfish ain't bad. It's different selfishness. I'm selfish about my peace, my energy. I'm selfish about who I be. I'm selfish about everything. Who I am as a person. I'm selfish. But then there's other type of selfishness. Like giving. Like, oh, you selfish. You're not giving me none of your food. It's different type of selfishness. But it's not bad to be selfish. Words are mixed up. That's why words are powerful. You are perfect. Don't let nobody tell you not perfect. You are perfect. Stop putting yourself down. They try to switch the words up, like, oh, perfect just mean, oh, you might not got it all together, but you are perfect. You are perfect. Being you came here perfect, everything about you is perfect. So you are perfect. And yeah, that's it, y'all. Oh yeah, don't be saying don't stop saying I need, y'all. Remember, don't say I need. You don't need nothing. You deserve everything you want. You deserve. Instead of saying you need, say I deserve, I want, I already have. you know, you attract, you do not chase. Y'all say your affirmations, and yeah, protect y'all energy. But yeah, stay high divine beings or high divine energy, high divine frequencies.